Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Big news to share with you all. This week, the Bitcoin Mining Council will be meeting again. Could we see an appearance from Elon Musk, who has spoken with them before? And could we hear news of the Bitcoin mining energy sources hitting 50% or higher of renewable energy, which Elon said would be the catalyst for him to change his mind to have Tesla to accept Bitcoin again? Also, we have big news around Walmart. It is being reported by CNBC that they're about to create their own cryptocurrency. They're about to launch NFTs and their own metaverse. So significant adoption from the largest retailer in the United States. And we have some other big news around crypto adoption and institutional investments. We're going to break it all down. Before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Guys, this video is brought to you by Algorand, which is building the future of finance. Algorand is one of the leading blockchain projects in the crypto industry. They're getting significant adoption and investments. For example, Borderless Capital launched a $500 million algo fund. Both Anthony Scaramucci and Michael Arrington's respective hedge funds have invested hundreds of millions of dollars as well. CBDCs and NFTs are being built on Algorand. So if you'd like to learn more, please visit algorand.com. Some great interviews coming up for you guys this week. I'll be publishing these respective interviews tomorrow. We have Mance Harmon, CEO and co-founder of Hedera Hashgraph. I know many of you have wanted to have me interview him. And of course, HBAR is part of my portfolio. So I'm very bullish on Hedera. Tuesday, we'll have Ron Hammond of the Blockchain Association. He gives a clear breakdown of what's happening in DC as it relates to crypto regulations. Wednesday, Munib Ali, who's the founder of Stacks. Now, Stacks is building on top of Bitcoin. It's a smart contract technology on top of Bitcoin. And on top of Stacks, city coins are being built. So Miami coin, New York City coin. So you don't want to miss that one as well. And Thursday, I'll be publishing my interview with Congressman Tom Emmer. We are going to talk about crypto regulations, his new bill around CBDCs, and much more. Now, let's move ahead to the prices here. Bitcoin currently sitting over $43,000. Looking good. We're going to close the week on a green candle, finally. Now, it is a bit of a weak green candle, so I'm hoping the momentum, the trend continues into this coming week, where we form a stronger green candle and move upwards. However, things might still be a bit choppy over the next couple of weeks, similar to what we saw during the summer, where 30K was our support level, and it was choppy until we broke out upwards. Likewise, 40K is our support level here, and we could go a bit sideways for a little bit, get a little bit choppy before we break out upwards. And as I've stated many times, I believe the bull market is not over. Bitcoin still has to head towards a blow-off top, and then we have an alt season. And some were saying, "Hey, this is it. This is the end of Bitcoin bull market, and now alt season will be coming around." But where is the alt season, right? We have to look at the reality and the facts here. So I still believe Bitcoin has a run upwards. Now, many different analysts who are looking at the market macro level, such as TechDev, tweeted out the following chart: historically significant Bitcoin cycle Fibonacci/log regression curve crosses. So you can see here, we are potentially could see a bounce upwards, obviously going to 6 figures, but that's not guaranteed. It's not a certainty. This is how it's played out historically as far as the cycles, but that does not mean it has to happen that way this time around. And we'll just have to be patient and wait and see. So even though I'm bullish and I'm waiting for a breakout upwards, we may not see six figures. Maybe Bitcoin tops out at 85K or something, right? We just have to wait and see what happens. But I've talked about probabilities and assigning a weighted average or percentage to these two outcomes, bear market or bull market, right? And I would say I'm 70% bullish and 30% bearish. That that 30% maybe show's over, and maybe we don't get the all season, but I don't think that's likely, and that's why my percentage is heavily weighted on the bull side of 70%. So just giving you guys these scenarios, but as mentioned, not guaranteed, not financial or investment advice, of course. All right, here's the big news, guys. Michael Saylor tweeted the following out. On Tuesday, January 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern, the Bitcoin Mining Council will have their Q4 2021 briefing. This is significant. And let me explain. And let me read what he said in his tweet. He said, join us Tuesday, January 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern for Q4 briefing on the state of Bitcoin mining industry with an update on hash rate, energy, efficiency, and sustainability metrics, along with briefings from a panel of Bitcoin mining CEOs, as well as analyst Q&A. Now, I've interviewed some Bitcoin miners who are part of this council, such as Riot Blockchain, Marathon Digital Holdings, and so forth. So why is this significant? Well, there's been a push to make sure a lot of the ESG concerns have been mitigated and that Bitcoin is using more renewable energy. And we've seen that throughout the year, last year at least, the reporting on the moves to get this cleaned up. And obviously the China banning Bitcoin was a blessing in disguise for Bitcoin, I believe, because it took away the stigma of, see, the mining hash rate is controlled by China. Why would you want to put your money in an asset that is controlled by China? That got dispelled, right? Completely removed with the banning of Bitcoin mining by China. The miners then went to different parts of the world. Many of them came to the United States, and now North America, the United States leads the world in Bitcoin mining. So big 180 here. And a key significant factor here that's what I'm really going to be watching this for is Elon Musk going to join? Because we know he and the Bitcoin Mining Council have met historically. So for example, back in May of 2021, Michael Saylor tweeted out yesterday, I was pleased to host a meeting between Elon Musk and the leading Bitcoin miners in North America. The miners have agreed to form the Bitcoin Mining Council to promote energy usage transparency and accelerate sustainability initiatives worldwide. And Elon, in addition to that, tweeted out, he said, spoke with the North American Bitcoin miners. They committed to publish current and planned renewable usage and to ask miners worldwide to do so, potentially promising. Now, obviously, we saw the changes that happened, once again, the China ban and all that stuff. So this is pretty significant. Now, the reason why Elon stopped Tesla from accepting Bitcoin was, I believe, his shareholders, and also he's trying to get the green energy credit. He had to back off because Tesla not only added Bitcoin to their balance sheet, they also started accepting it for payment to buy cars and merchandise and all that stuff. Well, they stopped the payments. And Elon said, once the renewable energy being used by Bitcoin miners worldwide hit 50% or higher, he will then enable the payments again to or Tesla to accept Bitcoin. So this is significant. Now, some of you may say, well, dude, I'm tired of Elon and him and his tweets and his statements controlling the market. Unfortunately, he's the world's richest man and he has a lot of influence. So I'm not banking on that. I'm just looking at that to see, because that'll be a major indicator of what's happening macro level, that if he puts up this green light again, this green flag, it will then allow other retailers and car dealers and other folks to jump in as well. And look, with Bitcoin's price currently showing a bit of a bounce on the weekly chart with a green candle, if he were to come out this week and say, hey, we've hit X amount of renewable energy usage, blah, 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 we're accepting Bitcoin as payment again, we could see a strong green candle form. And remember what that did last time. Huge, massive green candles back in February of 2021. Now, I don't want to Elon pump because I don't believe that's sustainable. But if it helps give us some momentum, right? I'm not looking for a 10K green candle to form. I just want bullish momentum to be formed at least, right? So I think this could help. Once again, I don't want it to be what happened in February 2021, but I think it could be very bullish for the market. Once again, stepping back, a green light for other car dealers and retailers and businesses worldwide. And recently, just on January 14th, so a couple days ago, Elon pretty much tweeted Tesla merch buyable with Dogecoin, right? So we shall see what happens here, my friends. This is something to watch closely. And this Bitcoin Mining Council meeting will be live streamed on YouTube. So Michael Saylor tweeted out the link. So I'll be watching that closely. And if you're interested, you should as well. Pretty significant, in my opinion. Now, let's jump to another set of big news here. Walmart prepares to launch NFTs, a cryptocurrency, and join the metaverse. Of course. I mean, guys, if you've been subscribed to this channel for years and years, I've been talking to you about game theory, adoption, all these dominoes are going to fall. Everybody's going to get involved in the crypto. And we're just seeing them, all these big brands and big companies. And just to give you context, guys, the National Retail Federation, this is their 2020 data. Walmart led out of all the respective retailers in the United States, led with the amount of sales in $543.17 billion in sales. Just to give you context, number 2 was Amazon, $263.16 billion. Now, Amazon is the largest online retailer. Walmart, with both their offline and online business, this is the amount of sales they're getting. A powerhouse, millions of customers. So if they were to enable anything as it relates to crypto, NFTs, or metaverse, that's going to carry weight. They're going to get a lot of adoption because they already have the customer base, right? It's easy to go to these people and incentivize them and say, hey, use our Walmart coin, or here's our NFTs and yada, yada. You guys understand how business works. You understand how customer bases work. So this is being reported by CNBC. That the headline reads, and this was published today, Walmart is quietly preparing to enter the metaverse. Here's the TLDR. Walmart appears to be venturing into the metaverse with plans to create its own cryptocurrency and collection of NFTs. The big box retailer filed several new trademarks last month that indicate its intent to make this and sell virtual goods. In a separate filing, the company said it would offer users a virtual currency as well as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. Now, for years, I've talked to you guys about Amazon should create a Prime coin because they already have the service, the next level Prime service, which people pay for. And if you can create a coin and incentivize these people to use it, and also have interoperability in the crypto market and other tokens in the token economy, if you want to call that, that's going to add more value to your company. So Amazon is already making ridiculous amount of revenue and plus profits. In addition, they have the brand, and they have the amount of folks who are subscribed to Prime at an all-time high, right? There's never been any the amount of Prime users that we see now. So if they provide a coin and say, hey, Prime users, you can use this coin. You'll get this X amount of discounts, plus that coin can go up in value. That is a strong incentive. And I believe Walmart, if they beat Amazon to this, it will be very, very good for them, because they can have it done via the web. Plus, if you have it on your mobile wallet, you walk into a Walmart, you pay for it. That wall coin, or whatever the hell you want to call it, or a Mart coin, could do well. Now, as far as securities laws, that's another story, and I don't know how they would do this. But look, these are big time players in the economy, and they have a lot of lobbying power. I'm sure they can get it done. But even if it's a security, I'm sure they don't care. But the value that they'll have is the revenue they generate. They're publicly traded companies, Amazon and Walmart, and you have a token. So you're adding more value to your company. So I think a lot of companies are going to do this. And you guys know, who've been subscribed to the channel, I've talked about this for years, that it just makes business sense given where we're headed, the digital economy. So they're going to go all in and launch all of these things. I'm not going to read through every single item, but they filed some patents and trademarks, and they're looking to get this done. It could be, look, they could even launch a stable coin, right? We'll have to wait and see. or it could actually be a token, and there's a hard cap amount, and people can buy, sell, trade, whatever it is. We'll see how this plays out, but very bullish news in my opinion. And this goes back to the key word I've been stressing lately: patience. All these puzzle pieces are coming together, and you're going to see mass FOMO from institutions and retail that we haven't seen yet, and prices like we haven't seen yet. Now, let's move ahead. Crypto asset software firm Lukka hits unicorn status after a $110 million Series E. The company is now valued at $1.3 billion after its latest fund, Lukka CEO Robert Materazzi told Blockworks. Now, those of you who've been subscribed to the channel, I interviewed Robert Materazzi 5 months ago, and they are putting together a lot of crypto data and analytics, and they're building it for institutions. Now, for years, I've talked to you guys about white glove service, data analytics, all kinds of reporting and trends, and these things are important. They're a big part of what allows the traditional financial world to function, right? A lot of these companies buy data, buy a lot of reporting and insights to see what's happened in the market around different crypto assets and sentiment and what people are talking about and yada, yada, right? They use that information to help with their investments and what they should be doing. So if you haven't seen my interview with Robert, I'll put a link in the description, but big congrats to him and the folks at Lukka with a $1.3 billion valuation. And step back for a second, and I've been reporting to you guys a plethora of these investment news, mergers and acquisitions, and just expansions and raising of ridiculous amounts of capital. And I think who tweeted about it the other day? Ashish Burla of Ripple tweeted about this, where he said that there's so much capital right now that is looking to enter the market. Almost anyone with a great idea can come in, or even a good idea can come in and get funding, guys. So I said it in a recent video, I'm looking, could I start my own company or something? I don't know. I'm still trying to find an idea, but if you guys have that opportunity, now would be the time, my friends. There's milk and honey out there, guys. There's a lot of funding that you can get access to. So definitely something to think about. So just a quick summary here. Lukka provides services to both traditional financial firms and cryptocurrency companies, including Arca, Circle, CPA.com, eToro, IHS Markit, S&P Dow Jones Indices, and State Street. The investment comes 9 months after its last funding round of $53 million. They're getting the money. And remember, the people who are investing in these companies, they want a return on their investment. They're not investing for fun or to lose their money, but they see the potential of this market. They know we are still in the first inning, and it's a land grab right now. And I've said it many times, I wish I was an accredited investor where I can double dip, buy the assets, but also invest in the company's building. So very bullish news, my friends. This is so important. I know price is important. Yes, that's your portfolio value, but these are the news items, the infrastructure items, the investments that will lead to higher prices. It's really a process, right? The money goes into these companies. They build out the on and off ramps, the infrastructure for more capital to enter and more adoption to happen in the market, and which leads to higher prices. So you have to understand the stages and the path to getting all this done. Now, crypto startup Abra enters the institutional asset management business. The company is looking to hire a head of trading strategies who would focus on building out quantitative crypto trading models. So many of these exchanges and companies, they're not only building for retail, but certainly for institutions. So they're looking to cater to both, and that makes sense, right? You're going to be able to drive more sales, more revenue, more business, obviously. Now, Abra was founded by Bill Barhydt, and he's the CEO. I interviewed him a year ago. And once again, if you haven't seen that interview, I'll put a link in the description. But Bill Barhydt is one of the legacy internet guys. So he was part of the Netscape group, or the Netscape gang, if you want to call it, along with Mike Belshie and Brendan Ike and all these guys. It's amazing to see all these Web 1.0 and even Web 2.0 guys who made big investments and made a lot of money, they're now here in crypto. That has to tell you something, right? That they are here. So the company has been informally offering trading strategies to institutional clients. The hire is an effort to solidify that business. Abra's CEO hinted that the company's first institutional funds could be in the works. All I see, guys, are just expansions, huge investments, growth, and that makes me very bullish. Once again, you got to look at this market holistically, not just the price and the technicals, but who's investing, what is the government doing, who are the players getting in, guys. So very important to check these things out. Now, some bit of Twitter drama here between Bitcoin maximalist Nick Carter, and he's attacking Ripple and the XRP holders. Let me read what he had to say. He said, "We're at the point where the government is teaming up with Ripple to create paid opposition research on Bitcoin mining." Now he's referencing a paper that was put together here titled "When Crypto Mining Comes to Town, High Electricity Use Spillovers to the Local Economy." And Ripple's University Blockchain Research Initiative was part of this, but so were many other people. So it's not like specifically Ripple, and it's just research. It's just saying, hey, here are the facts that around Bitcoin mining, if the energy usage is not done correctly and yada, yada, I don't want to go through the whole thing. You need to fix that. You need to go to more renewable services. You need to make sure it's not impacting local economies negatively. Now, I hold Bitcoin, and guess what? I agree with that. I don't want Bitcoin to be putting local economies or anybody in any type of issue. If the facts are the facts, it should be addressed, right? I am bullish on Bitcoin. Obviously, I talked about the Bitcoin Mining Council and what Elon did and so forth. So guess what? Two things can be true. You can be bullish on Bitcoin, but also want the use of renewable energy versus bad energy, if you want to call it, or that, like things like coal and so forth. So he's not, as a Bitcoin maximalist, obviously these guys get very emotional, but the fact that he's attacking Ripple, and let me go on here. He says, oh, here's the punchline. People are dying because of $6 a month in power costs. I haven't vetted the paper, and I'm almost certain it's exaggerated, but even if it's true, it doesn't justify the hysterical takes. He says, if you are in any way affiliated with Ripple, you've ever worked with them or taken money from them, you're dead to me. It's that simple. Their entire strategy is lobbying to get a Bitcoin / proof of work ban, and B, to get Ethereum branded as a security. Ghastly people. Then he said here, cringy Ripple army found my tweet amazing. They still exist. So typical maximalist. And I tweeted about it. I hate any maximalist. If you're a maximalist for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, I think that's a waste of time. I think it's, I talked about it. It's almost like these people are here who are maximalists are here for religion, not to invest or make money. And like other religious groups, they fight fight with each other. I'm not here for that. I just want to make money. I've been honest with you guys. I love the technology, obviously, and I want to see adoption. And I believe the market is more than just one coin. The market is more than Bitcoin. The market is more than XRP. And we're seeing that play out with NFTs and Metaverse and so forth. It will branch out. People will come up with ideas. So as much as you want to look at yourself in the mirror and say, Bitcoin is the best, Bitcoin's the best, doesn't matter. What matters is reality and what adoption and who's investing. That's what really matters here. So he's getting called out because of his maximalist take. And then he's, saying anybody who's associated with Ripple is dead with me. That's just ridiculous. And also he's saying that, Ripple is teaming up with the government to try to shut down a proof of work or Bitcoin. And yet the government is suing Ripple over XRP. So this guy, I don't know, man. But anyway, David Schwartz, replied to that of Ripple. He said, this is comically absurd. Either of these two things would be disastrous for Ripple. Essentially saying if banning proof of work in Bitcoin or making Ethereum a security. And he's right, because at the end of the day, it's us against them. The traditional financial people, they're not really looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum specifically. They look at Gensler and look at Janet Yellen, the reporting for in the infrastructure bill. Look at what Gary Gensler is doing. They want to stop everything, guys. So here, Michael Arrington weighed in on this. He said, in our spare time, when not conspiring with the SEC to make Bitcoin and ETH illegal, what the F? We also kick puppies. Now, Michael is an investor in Ripple, obviously believer in XRP, but he invests in everything. He's invested in Bitcoin, Terra Luna, Algorand. So he's not a maximalist. So he's absolutely right. And to say these things at anyone affiliated with Ripple that's just lame. And I tweeted about it. Look, like I said earlier, if you're here for a religion, best of luck to you. You may not want to be in crypto for a religion. Go join an actual religion, right? But if you want to make money, this is the place to do it. Now, guys, I talked to you guys about like macro level views on crypto and adoption and how crypto is seeping into the mainstream in society, and we're seeing celebrities and sports figures and many others jumping in. Well, Julius Randle, who plays for the New York Knicks, and yes, I'm a New York Knicks fan, grew up in New York. Look at this. He tweeted out, just met with my new tutor. Laugh out loud, enjoyed and spending time with you, brother. This is Raj Gokal, who is a co-founder of Solana. So obviously they're working on something together. And he tagged Solana in the tweet. But it just goes to show, you may say, well, who cares? I don't care about basketball. I don't care about Julius Randle. What matters here is crypto is seeping into every aspect of society. And that is bullish, whether you love these people, you hate them, or you care, or you don't care about them. But think about the people who you personally follow. Maybe it's a musician, an actor, whoever it is. When you see this type of stuff and these people have large followings, a lot of influence, this is bullish. It brings awareness to the public, guys. Finally, we talked about this news of Rio de Janeiro essentially planning to allocate 1% of their treasury, the city's treasury, to crypto. Well, Fidelity weighed in on this. They said governments will have crypto FOMO following Rio's crypto adoption. They're not wrong. And I talked about it, game theory, right? And we see the context to this is that other financial products are failing, like bonds. And there's inflation happening in the United States and other parts of the world. And governments have had to print significant amount of money, more than they had historically due to this pandemic. And as Paul Tudor Jones said, crypto is the fastest horse in the race. Yes, you can go put into stocks and other assets, but crypto is the fastest horse. And it is the horse that is the future, right? It is moving us into the token economy, digitization, full digitization on the blockchain. So I leave you with that. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about the Bitcoin Mining Council news? Could Elon make an appearance? Could we hear some bullish news that sends Bitcoin's price pumping? And also, what do you guys think about the Walmart news? I think this is pretty significant. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.